All right, I think I am live, y'all. I am live. Happy Wednesday. If you're catching a replay, type in replay in the chat. Type in replay in the chat. So I had to reschedule from earlier, y'all. So we will, however, be back on our regular schedule tomorrow at 1 p.m. with our lunch and learns. But today is a evening and learn. Okay. So we're gonna get right into it. So, guys, if you are new to the page, welcome. My name is Janice Frederick Spell, and I am the retail genius and beauty supply consultant. I teach on everything beauty supply and retail because it's what I absolutely love. My journey started over a decade ago when I decided to open the first Black owned beauty supply store in my community because I just simply did not like the way I was treated. And at the same time, I knew that my local beauty supply store made a ton of money but treated Black women horribly. And so I made a decision in that moment as I stood in the store to become the change that I wanted to see in this industry. I also knew that I wanted to become an entrepreneur and make my own money and have time freedom and financial freedom and have something that can create some type of generational wealth. And so I just decided that beauty supply was it. I decided that retail was it because I've always had a love for retail just in general. I've worked in retail for like 20 years, over 20 years at this point. But I knew that I also had a love and passion for beauty. And so combining those two passions, beauty and retail, it just was like a no brainer for me to start my own beauty supply business, which is what we did, called Fabulous Freddy's. We established it in 2010 and we ran those stores for over 8 years. I also had a salon in my beauty supply store. So I talk a lot about having a one stop shop business model as well to generate additional income. But we're going to get into all of that later on this week. But today, what I wanted to talk about as we are going through um, this lunch series called Bankable Beauty Supply, which is basically how to grow and scale your store after the grand opening day. Grand opening day, as I have mentioned before, guys, everybody comes to the grand opening. People come from the north, south, east, and west to see a Black owned beauty supply store get open. However, a good percentage of those people, I would say somewhere around 25% of those people don't come back. And so you have to figure out creative ways to scale and grow your beauty supply store in the midst of competition, in the midst of an economic downturn, in the midst of all of these things, right? You still have to be creative. Year over year, there were new things and new strategies and creative things that I was implementing in my store to make sure that I stayed open because not only did I have the first Black owned beauty supply store in the community. But it was also really hard. Discovered that it was really, really tough to operate a beauty supply store in a really expensive city, just in general, which is New York City. Um, and so you have to be super, super creative and strategic when operating a brick and mortar business, especially in a busy city an area where there's a lot of competition where you just have something stacked against you. I had a few things stacked against me, which was the fact that overhead was a lot, payroll was a lot, our minimum wage is one of the highest in the country, and I still had to figure and navigate all this out still while delivering all the products at a reasonable competitive rate, right? So I say all that to say that it is easier to open a store than it is to actually stay in business. Anybody can open a beauty supply store, but it's will you stay in business past the first 5 years, which is the standard or the benchmark where something like 90% of American businesses fail within the first 5 years, right? So it's really crucial in the first 5 years to really put your stamp in this industry and really make your name known. I made my name known. I put myself out there. I was very creative with what I was doing in my beauty supply store. And so I'm talking about all of this stuff this week, y'all, on this daily Lunch and Learn series. Also, as I'm going through, guys, if this is something that is helpful for you, let me know in the comments as well. Give me some feedback on this. So today is day 3. So we're talking about step 3 on how to create a bankable beauty supply store, right? And so what I want to talk about is digital domination. Digital domination, right? So one thing that I think that we as an industry, especially Black owned beauty supply stores, could do better is just being present in the digital space. So I'm going to talk about, leveraging social media, also e-commerce to really put your name out there, but also to expand the business as well. Um, so before I get into all that, y'all drop me some hearts, drop me some likes before I drop these gems, y'all. Drop me some hearts, drop me some likes. Let me know in the comments that this is good, this is helpful. Like, give me some feedback, y'all. Give me some feedback. So the first thing that I want to talk about, and we actually, it's so funny. I had my coaching call with my Beauty Supply Bootcamp program last night. We have a coaching call every Tuesday night, and we talk about different things every Tuesday night. So yesterday I was actually talking about social media, and I like went through the whole thing, what to do, what to say, all the blah 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 platforms, all the stuff, all the tea. And I was like, so y'all good, y'all got this, right? And someone was like, no, I'm just not a social media person. And here's the thing, y'all. Here's the thing with about not being a social media person, or not wanting to show your face on social media, not wanting to be the face of the business. Like, I had to tell her, like, this is actually a part of the job, just like any other part of any other job. You have several hats that you have to wear, several functions that you have to perform for your job. Social media and being digital and having a digital brand as well is literally a part of this job. It is, marketing is a part of the job, and under the marketing umbrella is social media, y'all. Social media is huge. There is no way around it, y'all. There is no way around it. But here's the thing, and here's the T. Not all your competitors is even on social media. They're just now getting on social media, right? The digital revolution has shaped beauty just in general. You have seen so many beauty influencers glow up, so many Black owned beauty brands glow up just off of social media, almost overnight, some of them. Like, your business can literally be transformed in this digital world, right? So, social media is the gateway, and it's free, right? And so when I think about the reach that you can have, or that you can achieve on social media, when I think about the influence that you can have on social media, and the fact that you can have a viral video and it can reach millions of people, and this could all be happening for your business for free, it's just like, what is there even to think about at this point? It's a free app. What is there to even think about? I can repost. It may not even be my organic information or my organic post. I could repost a hair post, and that could still go viral and lead people back to my beauty supply store page. And this is all happening for free. I've had quite a few clients go viral with their beauty supply stores just by certain strategic posts that we talk about in our program, just by putting out certain things in our program, that we talk about in the program. Certain posts go viral. Okay. So here's the first thing that you want to think about, right? You want to create your social media strategy. So I talked about on the call last night, not just selling to people all day. I look at some of y'all pages, and it's like all you do is selling product to people all day, all day. All you're doing is selling your stuff. There's no tips. There's no DIY content. Here's who I am as a boss, right? As the owner of this business. I was gonna say boss and CEO. There's none of that content. Like, we don't even know who you are. All you do is sell to us all day, right? And so you want to create a strategy that not only, obviously, you want to showcase the products and the things that you carry in your store, but you also want to weave into that strategy some DIY content, right? Do it yourself content. One thing that I love to do in my store that was super creative and literally before its time was I started creating my own DIY content with the customers that I had in my store. I was doing these like little short video marketing things, which was so genius. I was doing this before it was a thing. Now they're called reels, but before I was like, I want to just give people quick little 3-minute videos, 2-minute videos on how to use all these different popular products in my store. And what's really good about being a beauty supply store is that you don't just have to use one brand, right? You're not exclusive to one brand because we sell so many different things in our store. And so it could really be in your power to educate your clients, your customers on all of the different brands in your store or all the different amazing products that may be underneath one brand in your store that can create this beautiful look. So for example, I showed our boot campers yesterday a video that I did on the lock method, right? I also had a video on wash and goes, but the beauty of all of this was I took a product from, like, for example, the Main Choice, and I took a product from Curls, and then I took a product from maybe Camille Rose, and I was like creating this bundle, right, based on this video that I created, and I sold this bundle to people. I said, this is the lock bundle. This is the liquid. This is the oil. This is the cream, right? It's not all in the same brand. It's all these different brands, but it's literally the number one product from this brand. But I bundled them all together so you can get it for this one price. And that sold so freaking well, y'all. Just being creative out the box, bundling things, creating a little video about it, educating people. It sold so freaking well. Like, it was like $100. It was like $100. It probably retailed for maybe 110, 108, something like that. And I bundled it and gave it to y'all, gave it to the customers for like $100. So these are the things that, like, not only can build like brand awareness for you, but it engages people. Like, the conversations were going, people were really interested in knowing more about these different products that I was showing and showcasing in my store because they saw the final result. The final result was that beautiful wash and go, right? What they appreciated was that it was my original content. It wasn't anything that I reposted, but it was literally my original content of someone coming in the store, buying all these products, trying them in our hair salon and walking out with a beautiful look. Right. So it's all about just creating the strategy and not only just creating it, but being creative, doing things that are out the box, that things that people have not seen, things that people just wouldn't expect from a beauty supply store, right? Also, when you guys are on social media, you're on the internet, you want to make sure that you already have dialed in who your target audience is, right? Is this the younger generation? Is this the older generation? Is this the generation? Um, are these middle-aged women? Are these moms? Are these married women, single moms? Like, what is the demographic? Because the tone, the way you talk, the way you show up is going to also set the tone for how you speak to people on social media, right? So you just want to make sure the tone is in alignment with whoever your target market is, right? So when you're sharing tips or you're creating these amazing videos, you want to make sure that you are talking the way your target audience talks, if that makes sense, y'all. Okay. Um, so moving on. So besides social media, you want to make sure that you have some type of online presence. And that's as soon as you know that you want to get in beauty supply, you want to create a landing page. Even if you don't have the space yet, you still want to have a website. It does not have to be an e-commerce website immediately, but you just want to have a place that people can go online to just learn more about you and learn more about the company, right? So you want to have some type of online presence. And eventually, once your store gets up and running, you want to make sure that you have a full blown functional e-commerce website. Now, my favorite platform for e-commerce website is Shopify. But there's a whole bunch out there. I'm not going to get into all of them. I'll just tell you my favorite is Shopify because of all of the functionality and apps that you can have on a Shopify um, website. And the Shopify is the website we use for all of our templates in the Beauty Supply Bootcamp program because it's bomb.com. Okay. So those are some high level things that you definitely want to take a look at for your beauty supply store. You do those things, you will be set apart from the competition. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. Okay. So we are going to get into step number 4 tomorrow. I'm going to be back here, guys, at 1 p.m. to deliver step 4. Let me know in the comments if this was helpful for you, y'all. Let me know in the comments. I definitely need your feedback so I can keep these things going. If it's helpful, I'll keep them going. So let me know in the comments. Give me a like in the comments, and I will see y'all tomorrow at 1 p.m. for the next Lunch and Learn. Have a good night.